I'm a professor of computer science at Georgia Tech. It looks like he has a USB connection into the scanner.
The serial console in the back gives us a root shell.
That means you have control of the machine.
Have full control of that, and then we can change the results of what it's scanning. My computer is connected to the machine. This is a serial cable, and it's connected to the back of the machine. You take off the back of the machine, and there's a serial port, and that gives us full root access with no password.
There's no security subsystem on this thing.
Nope, there's no password on it. With this kind of access, you could rewrite the code that's running on there and get it to count votes in whatever way you wanted. You would do this in advance of election night and then wait for the results to come in.
You could control the election results.
Either way, as long as I had physical access to either plug something in or take off the back and plug something in there.
But you just need that access briefly.
Once, yes, very briefly.
About how long?
If you had this all prepped and ready to go, a minute.
This is easily possible for somebody to get into these machines because they're unsecured for such long periods of time. I have done research on and personally watched 150 elections at least. Two of our experts and I went to the closing of the polls in one of the recent elections. At the end of the closing of the polls, the poll workers left us there with about 6 voting machines by ourselves. I was with 2 guys who could have gotten into those machines in a matter of seconds and put in malware.
The machine we're in front of is a central count scanner. It's the ES&S Model 650. It's, to our knowledge, the most widely deployed central count scanner in America. Anytime you do early voting or provisional voting, or anytime you're in a state where they do central tabulation of all the ballots, so they bring them to one place, this is the kind of high-speed scanner they would use to count ballots. Historically, these machines were examined, and they determined there was a number of serious problems with them by virtue of messing with the zip disk. You just turn it on for 3 minutes and stick a disk in, wait 1 minute, and then walk away. You're able to change the behavior of the machine any way you want, including changing the results of an election.
It's probably easier to do all of this by just plugging in a zip disk.
So this probably came from a server someplace.
I have no idea where they're getting their program.
We downloaded an image of the operating system, the software that runs on this machine, from a Russian server.
How many people might have access to stick in a zip disk like that?
It would be everyone from elections officials to people who run the storage facilities, volunteers in the election, security guards, you name it. There's going to be tens of thousands of people who have access to the machine in that fashion. And our adversaries definitely have this machine in Russia, period.
There are so many possible hacks and so many possible vectors for entry. It's hard to believe that someone's not taking advantage of them.